Welcome to Tuesday Travel Chat with Go Travel. I'm one of your hosts, Julia from Go Travel. We have Bob Cook with us as well, and our special guest, Christina Falcone, who you've seen before from Celebrity Cruises. And we are going to be talking about Mediterranean with Celebrity Beyond this summer and the itineraries that you can adventure with them. We're going to go port by port on the main featured itinerary. We're going to get into it. But first, let's take a little second to look at the video of the delivery of the brand new Celebrity Beyond.
Beautiful day to share with all of you, and thank you from the bottom of our hearts for everything that you all do.
It takes a real village to build a magnificent vessel like this. And so I want to thank all the thousands of people it has taken to build this incredible vessel.
Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for being part of this startup. But most importantly, thank you so much for being part of our family. We love you.
Oh, this is exciting news, Christina. What else has been going on with Celebrity Beyond? I know there's other news recently too.
Yes, it's so exciting to officially welcome the Celebrity Beyond into the Celebrity family as our 15th ship in our fleet. And also just the recent announcement of Simone Biles as the godmother of Celebrity Beyond, joining these incredible women, sharing the responsibility of godmother to Celebrity Edge and Apex, just these trailblazing women. And we're so proud of that.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Now, I know that everybody's excited to learn about how you can actually get on board and what the itineraries look like for this summer. So let's jump into it.
Absolutely. So we're so excited that the Celebrity Beyond has officially debuted in Europe. She's done 2 sailings so far, and everyone is just absolutely thrilled, and the reviews are raving. But she'll be in Europe through the summer, just like I think the rest of us would want to spend our summers in Europe. And she'll be doing some 9 and 10 night Mediterranean, Barcelona to Rome, and Rome to Barcelona.
Awesome. And then I know we'll at the very end today, we will touch also on the Caribbean sailings if you want to stay a little closer to home.
Absolutely.
So she started with her maiden voyage in April?
That's correct. So she was officially debuted on April 27th and sailed out of Southampton, UK. A very exciting moment for our colleagues over in Europe to have this moment with the Celebrity Beyond, and travel advisors alike and guests set sail on April 27th on her first maiden voyage of 10 nights.
Awesome. And as we can see on this, like you say, Europe, followed by Caribbean, and then there's also a transatlantic coming up as well if people are looking forward to that.
Yeah, absolutely. I know that there are some guests that truly love that ability to do the transatlantic, where you have those 6 sea days on your crossing and just the ability to enjoy the ship and enjoy some relaxation. So she'll have a 12-night transatlantic from Barcelona to Cape Liberty, making her way back to the U.S. And then she'll have a Caribbean from Bayonne, New Jersey, down to Fort Lauderdale. So a really interesting 9-night Southern Caribbean before she takes her residency here in South Florida for the winter.
It's a nice way for Floridians to get home if they want to come home from Europe.
Yes, it's a great way for the Floridians to come home and a great way for the snowbirds who are in New Jersey, New York, and the Northeast that are looking to come back to Florida.
Mhm.
Instead of taking that drive or that flight, hop on a 9-night Southern Caribbean cruise.
Perfect.
Definitely.
But today we're here to talk about Europe. And in case you missed it, Christina was on with us about 1 or 2 months ago, talking all about Celebrity Beyond and what she looks like inside and outside and all of her curves and features. So there's a link in the description if you would like to review that. But today we're going to look more at itinerary and what Celebrity has to offer. And we're going to have a featured itinerary. But first of all, maybe Christina, you want to give a little snapshot of what the itinerary season look like?
Absolutely. So as you can see, there's a multitude of options for your summer vacations on the Celebrity Beyond, whether you're looking to travel to the Italian Riviera and France, Italy and France, or those beautiful idyllic Greek islands. There's so many opportunities to see so many of these wonderful places that so many of us have missed out over the last few years. I was in Greece last year. I could go every year. And now I'm like, well, maybe I'll take a trip on the Celebrity Beyond in Greece. So just plenty of places. Of course, that embarkation of Barcelona or Rome, just amazing traditional European cities that you absolutely cannot miss out on.
And you can see that there are a variety of itineraries. There are certain departure dates. There's just only one of that specific itinerary. But today we're going to focus on the one that is the most, that there are most dates of offerings for you. And that is from Barcelona to Rome. So the options are June 4th, July 2nd, July 30th, August 27, and September 24. So let's take a look. Here you can see that itinerary with this fun little animation.
Your little interactive map of where you'll travel throughout the Western Mediterranean.
And I will say we will look at the rates at the end of the presentation, but the rates are fairly comparable on any of those dates. So it's really what date works the best for you, and where maybe on your particular category of stateroom, where there might be an advantage, but really they're quite comparable. So you can choose any one of these dates and you're going to be getting a great value.
Absolutely.
So we're starting in Barcelona. Bob, any comments on Barcelona?
Well, Barcelona has been famous for the Gaudi Cathedral, which has been under construction for 100+ years, and it's almost finished. So that's something to go back to Barcelona to see. But Barcelona is just a fascinating city. Art, beautiful, the Las Ramblas for walking, museums, the Sagrada Familia, which is the Gaudi Cathedral, the Casa Mila, which was also designed by Gaudi, the Gothic Quarter, which goes back about 600 or 700 years. So Barcelona is a great place. You need at least 2 to 3 days before any cruise just to enjoy the city of Barcelona.
And again, we can help you with that
Yes,
So you just talk to your travel advisor. If you would like to do a pre-trip, if you would like to do something beyond Barcelona before your cruise, you just let your travel advisor know and they can help you design that based on your likings. Like if you like wine, if you like art, if we can find the right type of trip for you. Christina, any comments on Barcelona while we're here?
I really love Barcelona. It was one of the stops on my first European vacation when I was in high school. So I am very much looking forward to going back and seeing the La Sagrada Familia Church finally finished at some point. But it's just a beautiful port city, a beautiful Spanish city that celebrates so much of its culture and beauty and the food.
Yes.
Now, Bob mentioned Casa Mila. We're going to take a look right here at a quick little video about it. do a little glimpse into what it would look like. I for one, definitely want to go back and take more time seeing this spectacular architecture, because I think there's just so much to see. Like Bob says, you really need several days to take all of it in.
And La Casa Mil is sort of like living in a Dali painting. And Dali was from Spain. He was influenced by Gaudi.
Well, moving on to Marseille. Bob, I'll let you take it away.
Well, Marseille is an interesting town. It's very old. It's the second largest city in France. It was the head of it was like the European culture capital several years ago. Marseille is your entrance to Provence. If you want to go to Provence and the lavender fields and anywhere up there, this is where you go. It's about a 45-minute drive north of Marseille, and you are in some gorgeous countryside. Just think of Van Gogh paintings, think of Renoir paintings, and you have Provence. Depending on the time of year, just flowing fields of lavender. And the smell, you smell 15 minutes before you get near the fields. It's also close to the perfume centers. Then if you're going to stay in Marseille, the old port is very historical. It goes back to Roman times. The Palais Longchamp is beautiful. And the Notre Dame de la Garde is the church, the guardian church of Marseille. And it's up on the top of a hill overlooking the city. So there's a lot that you can see in Marseille. Bouillabaisse was invented there, so their emphasis is on seafood. Seafood, seafood, seafood. Fresh seafood, literally caught an hour before you're eating it.
I'm going to remember that one for Jeopardy, Bob. About Christina, what do you have to say about Marseille? Any notes for us?
I mean, Marseille is just beautiful. It's a beautiful port town. Like Bob said, going to Provence, I think, is on a lot of people's list. So this is an option, a great opportunity to take that cruise and get to Provence, but also to really take in the culture and the civilization of Marseille. Visiting the museums of European and Mediterranean civilization, the cathedrals, just as he said, just kind of that melting pot and that entrance into the European civilization. So beautiful.
And the city's older than Paris.
Yes.
And Christina, Celebrity does have those tours available to some specific things. Are there any highlights to think about when thinking about the tours? Or
what's so great about the tours is that it's really, you get to choose what you want to do. Are you a foodie? Are you a wine enthusiast? Do you love the culture and the different civilizations? You can really tailor the shore excursion to your interest to make sure that you get the most out of the ports that you're visiting.
Awesome. Let's move on to the next city. And this is, Bob, maybe you can pronounce for me because I don't want to get it wrong.
It is Villefranche.
Villefranche. Okay. Which is very close to Nice. Yes. So, Christina, do we port in Villefranche or in Nice, or where are we porting?
You port in Villefranche.
Okay. Excellent. Do you have any comments about this spot?
Of course I do. Villefranche is a lovely center, lovely city. It's the entrance to the part of the Riviera that most Americans think of. Monte Carlo is not far from Villefranche. Cannes, where the film festival isn't far. For those of you who like movies, To Catch a Thief was filmed in the Cannes and Villefranche area, and that's where Grace Kelly met Prince Rainier, and they fell in love and got married. Lots of little towns. The one I would recommend if you want to see an old, historical, medieval town, the little town of Ez, about 2,100 people. It's not far from Villefranche. You can take an excursion there, but it's a fortified city up on top overlooking the Riviera and the other side of the land portion. And it is absolutely beautiful. It's all steep chairs, great restaurants. Oh, here's your top plans. Yep.
Yes. Well, I mean, I did check it out. Monte Carlo is about, I think, 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
It's
right there.
It's not crazy. Everything is really close by. So you can explore this cute little town, or if you've been dreaming of going to Monte Carlo, this is a moment and you can have a nice day there.
Yeah.
Christina, any particular highlights from your perspective?
I think Nice is beautiful. Again, like Bob said, that picturesque, what Americans truly think of the French Riviera, the Cannes Film Festival. These beaches are gorgeous. They're not our typical sandy beaches here in Florida, but they're but they're a great place to bring your towel, lay out, and just really soak in that French culture and that French sun, but also the opportunity to visit Monaco or other small towns such as Eze. So just really enjoy this beautiful landscape of Nice.
Yeah. And the good thing about this, if you want to go to Cannes or to Monte Carlo and don't want to do a tour, there's trains running constantly in both directions. Cannes is 25 minutes away and Monte Carlo maybe 30.
And we can help craft
Yes,
that
we
for
can.
you, if for each different port, based on if it's something where you want to dive in and take a full celebrity tour, or if it's something where you just feel like more of a little walking experience, we can kind of guide you in that direction.
Yeah, there's beautiful museums in Nice also.
So moving on to Santa Margherita, Christina, I'll let you take it away to begin.
Santa Margherita, this is a little bit of a newer port for us here with Celebrity Cruises, and it's a gorgeous port. I have not been there, but I actually just saw Captain Kate, who is the captain of the Celebrity Beyond. She was able to get off, and she explored Santa Margherita and all of the beauty that it has. And as you can see in that picture there, just those picturesque Italian seaside, mountainside towns that sit along the ocean, just absolutely beautiful. And of course, you cannot miss the food and the wine for all of you that are into Italian food and the wine itself as well. And of course, the history.
Bob, any other comments on this?
Well, as you said, it is fairly new port for many cruise lines. If you want to go to Genoa, this is the ideal place to go, but there's so much to see in Santa Margherita itself. I see you mentioned the promenade at the number one, which is just a beautiful promenade, not as long as you have in Nice, but very, very picturesque. And the basilica itself is really a spectacular piece of artwork in itself. Worth the trip.
I think this is kind of one of those silent ones that you haven't heard much about, and you get there and you're like, whoa, this is magic, because you really feel like you are in Europe at this point, and it's not overly run with tourism. It's just a nice feeling like I am in Europe. Get a glass of wine and just take it all in.
And I don't think it's that far from Cinque Terre. The five cities, the five towns.
Yes, I believe you're correct on that.
Yeah, you can. It's an excursion down to there, and the Cinque Terre have recovered from being flooded about 5 or 6 years ago. Mm-hmm. Very, very pretty. It's a picture you see in almost every Italian restaurant. Cinque Terre. If you have a big picture, it's the Cinque Terre or Naples.
Absolutely.
Okay, and we're going to move on to Sicily and the port of Messina. Christina?
Well, Sicily just has so much history, not just because my family is from there, but just in general, and being an amazing Italian island, one of the largest in the Mediterranean. Messina itself, just is home to, there's just so much to see within Sicily. The lava rivers and the volcanoes themselves. So Sicily is a really unique area that I think a lot of more cruise ships are definitely venturing to, because, when you think of Italy, of course, you think of those top hits of Rome, Venice, Florence, but Sicily is nothing to sleep on. It's got gorgeous beaches, incredible food and culinary and wineries that really lend itself from the volcanoes and that volcanic soil. So really creating some very unique flavor profiles within there, but just a lovely place to visit, and I definitely recommend it.
It is, and this Messina is right on between the Italian mainland. It's a very narrow opening, a very narrow waterway between the Messina and the mainland of Italy. You can actually take a train, and the train goes onto a boat and comes off on Messina.
Yeah, you see it many times when you're passing through, the boot of Italy, and you have Messina over on your other side, depending on which way you're traveling through. But it's very unique in that respect that it is so close to the mainland of Italy.
And there is a lot of Greek history as well as Roman history. Messina itself was founded, I think, about 900 BC by Greeks. So, and then there's just so much, and there's a lot you can do inland. You can't get to Palermo. It's too far to get to Palermo, Sicily, but you can get to Enna, which has one of the most beautiful Roman villas left in the world, almost in perfect condition. And that's in the little village of Enna. It's worth the trip over. Or Taormina is also a city that's sort of a Greek-Roman history setting.
All kinds of options, but it's cool. You're on Sicily, so check that off the list if that's something that you've never done before. Well, we've got a little video showcasing Messina, so let's take a look.
Chi l'ha detto che la Sicilia è bella solo d'estate? C'è una Sicilia che non ti aspetti e che è tutta da scoprire in ogni stagione. Prova a immaginare il fascino del mare anche in inverno. Passeggiate in una natura incontaminata, strade e paesaggi spettacolari, vette che dominano incontrastate l'orizzonte azzurro, su cui si affacciano borghi e castelli senza tempo. Un viaggio tra storia e tradizione, un magico affresco circondato da tanti capolavori d'arte, patrimonio dell'umanità. Un'esplosione di colori, di profumi, di sapori. Tutto questo e molto di più è Sicilia. Vieni a scoprirla approfittando della promozione Sicily. La terza notte e tanti altri servizi sono in omaggio. Sicilia.
So I forgot to mention that that was to get you into the vibe of Italy and have the full on Italian. So maybe you're already starting to learn your Italian there. But
it brought me back to Italian class.
Yeah, we're just throwing you right in so that see what you can understand from the beginning. But it really gives you that vibe. So okay, moving on to Naples. I have a fun story with this one, but I'm going to let Christina go first.
Oh my goodness. Naples, I think, is just, of course, it's the birthplace of pizza. So there's going to be pizza everywhere you go, and you're going to want to try them all. So definitely, make sure that you bring your appetite when you visit Naples. But it's history that is there. It's a port town. It's kind of the entrance, I think, to southern Italy and the Amalfi Coast. And being able to visit all of those picturesque places, again, that is pictured in so many of our minds of the Amalfi Coast of Italy, your gateway to Capri and Sorrento and those beautiful lemon groves and the limoncello. So, I can go on and on about it, but it's just absolutely spectacular. And of course, plenty of history there as well.
And Bob, do you have any comments?
Well, do you know why they call a pizza a margarita pizza? The man invented it for the Queen of Italy in the 1890s. So that's how far pizza goes back in terms of being that. But most people here will take an excursion to Pompeii and to the Amalfi Coast. You can do both usually in one day with a tour, but Pompeii is about 45 minutes to the south. And they keep excavating and finding more things. There's something that just came up that showed the Greek influence in Pompeii. So, or if you've been to Pompeii before and the Amalfi Coast, you may want to visit the Isle of Capri. The Isle of Capri is a jet set destination, a beautiful little island. You take a boat over. Hadrian's Villas on the top of the hill overlooking the island. It was the home for the Roman emperors 2,000 years ago, and it's still a continued very popular spot for almost everyone to visit. You've got to go to Capri, you've got to go to the Blue Grotto and lay down in the boat and go into the tunnel to get into the grotto.
Well, I just remember when I was on a tour with some other people on my ship many years ago. It was another cruise brand, but we were in Naples, and I remember I'm not a major shopper, I'm not like, oh, I need to have a souvenir, I need to buy this or buy that. But when it comes to experiences, this is where I like to spend my money. And so I remember telling these other people on my tour, I said, hey, look, there's a vendor selling pizza. I've got to have pizza in Naples. I can't not have pizza. I've got to do this. And they turned at me and they said, Julia, but it's free on the ship. The pizza's free on the ship. I said, no, it's not the same. You have to have it here. So this is my little note to everybody
Yes.
listening today. Have your pizza in Naples because you're in the birthplace, and it's
Yes.
just something that you can say you've done. So that's my little story. But let's move on to our next spot, which is the final port, Rome. Christina, take it away.
Yes. So Rome, of course, is just an amazing city. However, you actually port in Civitavecchia, which is about 45 minutes from this Rome city center. So this is an amazing place for you to debark your ship, end your beautiful cruise on the Celebrity Beyond, but then start your next adventure traveling through Italy and start in Rome. Rome is just, it's home to the Colosseum, one of the largest theaters that is still being preserved and taken care of today. The Roman Forum, just this an amazing walk of history that you can take in the middle of Rome. Travel to the Trevi Fountain and throw that coin over your shoulder so that you do plan on returning to Rome one day. And then, of course, sit there and just take it all in as you watch the local Italians pass by, the tourists, and sit there with the gelato, because there are plenty of gelato spots around the Trevi Fountain to try them all. But again, the food scene in Rome is really unique. Just each different region within Italy has such a unique flavor profile that you can go travel through Italy and never have the same dish twice, because there's so much that's offered there. Of course, the shore excursions are tailored to this. You can create your own private journey that goes ahead and does a custom tour for you and your small group, whether it be 2, 4, 6, or 8 of you, and really being able to customize that throughout your journey at each port, as well as post cruise as well. So this is a great place to settle down and really take it all in from the rest of your vacation.
Yeah, it's a spectacular place to end, because one day is not enough in Rome. Even if you've been there 4 other times, there's just so much there. You've got to go back to the Vatican and see what's going on. I mean, it's just beautiful. Bob, any comments about Rome?
Well, yeah, there's 2 things that I do no matter when I go to Rome. I always do them, because I always see something different. I do a private tour of the Vatican, where we get into the Vatican before it opens and have breakfast in the gardens. That's a great experience. The other thing I do, I take the golf cart tour of Rome at night. A golf cart picks you up in the room, takes you down these streets that cars can't get down. You're in this golf cart with the horn blowing, but you're seeing the fountains. You're getting so up close. You're going almost behind the scenes. You're not following the tours. So I love the golf cart tour in Rome. It's a wonderful experience.
That's one I haven't done yet, so I definitely
everyone has
another reason to go back. We have.
I know. I'm like, well, I guess that settles it. I got to go back and do a golf cart tour in the evening, and this private Vatican tour as well, which is an amazing way to see it. There's nothing like it.
My favorite is
what we say. I'm sorry, Julia.
No, I was just gonna say my favorite is being able to just stroll through the town, because it's just a walking city. There's so much you can walk around, and I always, on my way to Trevi Fountain, like to get my gelato, limon gelato, and just watch all the people around me and sit and have. It's always an excuse to sit down and have a meal or have a drink somewhere, just to be surrounded by all the history. It's fantastic. Any more comments, Bob, on Rome before we get into the rates?
No.
Okay.
Just go.
Let's jump into it. So these are rates as of this morning. So, the rates will continue to change as we go on, but only up. So you want to make sure that you secure your space as soon as possible. But like I said at the beginning, all 5 remaining departures, the rates are fairly comparable. Now, these are the no perk rates. based on double occupancy per person. So you have your inside, then you have your ocean view with a window, then you have your infinite veranda, which is unique to Celebrity, very unique. And then you have a couple other stateroom options available there. But maybe Christina, you want to expand a little bit. I know we have a slide a little bit later on the different types of options, but maybe a little preview on the no perks versus other options.
Absolutely. So we know that everyone vacations differently. So with this no perk rate, this is going to be your cruise only rate. Of course, your accommodations, your cuisine, and entertainment are all going to be included within this fare. But this is just a great rate to get our guests on board and experience this really amazing itinerary. As you can see, of course, you know, the high time of summer is going to be usually the most expensive. So if you can travel late August, late September, these are amazing times to be in Europe, because as the summer crowds have gone away and, you know, everyone's back at school or back to work, this is really a great time to see Italy and France and, of course, the rest of Europe within the shoulder season.
Fantastic. And again, when you reach out to your travel advisor, they can help explain all the differences to of these different types of rates. And again, we'll get into that in a second. So here's again that same snapshot that we looked at earlier. We're focusing on that 9-night Italy and France.
I think Julia froze.
Yep, Julia froze.
Am I back?
Yeah, you're back.
Oh, if you're looking for something different, there are a variety of options available. Okay, so if you're looking closer to home, we just wanted to let you know a little refresher of what's available in the Caribbean this October.
Yeah, so we're so excited at Celebrity because we know that guests are maybe looking to stay closer to home. And of course, as we get into the November, December, it starts to get pretty cool elsewhere around the country. So here at Celebrity, we have brought a lot of our ships back to the Caribbean. The Celebrity Beyond being the amazing gem that we have just added to our fleet. She'll do weekly Eastern and Western Caribbean round trip Fort Lauderdale out of our beautiful new terminal, visiting Eastern and Western Caribbean. But then she'll have some unique 8 nights over the holidays, and then a really great 5 nights. So if you can't get away for those 7 nights, a great taste of Beyond for a 5-night early 2023.
Fantastic. So of course today our theme was Europe, but this is one more option for you if you're looking for or both, you know.
Absolutely.
You love Beyond so much, you've got to get on there twice.
I say I need 2 vacations, 6 months each, twice a year. But a little bit more about our pricing. Of course, we have that no perk rate, which is an amazing rate to get you on board and experience Celebrity and the Celebrity Beyond. However, we believe that Always Included does offer more value. This is really a great pricing strategy for us, where you have your drinks, your Wi-Fi, and your tips included. So once you get on board, there is nothing to worry about. There is not that dreaded bill at the end of the cruise, and your travel advisor with Go Travel can absolutely explain all of these different offerings to them, as they are the experts when it comes to selling with Celebrity. So you have your Always Included, and then of course you can upgrade to Elevate or even upgrade to Indulge. And all guests who sail within our retreat, which is our suite class, receive the Indulge package automatically to enjoy more offerings throughout their voyage.
Awesome. And then I know a little bit more on the Caribbean here.
Yes. For this summer, we're very excited that we'll have 2 ships sailing the Caribbean. If you're just so excited and you're ready to get on board with us here at Celebrity Cruises, we have the Infinity that will be sailing round trip Fort Lauderdale, doing 7-night Eastern and Western. So you can combine that and make it a beautiful 14-night round trip Caribbean sailing. And all of our itineraries will call on beautiful Bimini, Bahamas, Nassau, and Key West. So really great itinerary for the summertime if you're still looking to solidify those summer plans.
Awesome. And then I know you brought us something special. This is more of the Caribbean.
Just a little touch on the different itineraries that are being offered on the Infinity. We have some 7 nights, 8, 9, 6 nights, and then a 14-night from Fort Lauderdale to Rio as it positions to South America. So plenty of offerings.
Fantastic. Here's the special thing that I kept mentioning. You have a special for us today for those watching the show.
Yes, absolutely. We are so grateful and appreciative of all of our guests that continue to sail with us in that book with Go Travel. So as a special thank you, mention today's travel chat when speaking with your Go Travel travel advisor, and you'll receive an additional $100 onboard credit when you book a veranda or and above. So just our thanks to you for hanging in there and being with us and continuing to travel and working with Go Travel.
Awesome. This is great. Who doesn't want an extra piece of value, Bob?
Right. I'm ready for it. I take anything. I still bend over and pick up nickels.
Why not?
Pennies.
Christina, any final notes? We're going to end on a little video all about, I believe it's about Italy on our way out. But Christina, let us know any final words for today.
No matter what cruise you choose, Cruising with Celebrity offers the best value with our always included. Working with our Go Travel advisors means so much to us. So we look forward to welcoming you on board a Celebrity Cruise very soon.
Thank you, Christina. And then if you're watching and you're curious about taking a cruise, just reach out to us at gotravel.com. We will connect you with a specialist. Again, they're going to ask you all those questions when they first get on the phone with you. You know, what you like, what you don't like, what irritates you. You know, we want to know what type of traveler you are so that we can pick the right kind of stateroom, the right kind of tour, the right flights, all of these things for all of the travelers that you'll be going with. So talk to your specialist. It's not a computer. It's a human that's going to get to know you and your likes and help design a really lovely trip for you and hopefully to Europe with Celebrity. So thanks again for watching, everybody. We'll see you next week here at 2:00. In the meantime, we'll watch this little video. Bye.
What is it that makes a country extraordinary? Its monuments? Its art? Its cities reflecting its history? Italy is bursting with beauty. Beauty you can admire, beauty you can immerse yourself in. But nothing tells the Italian story more than its tastes and aromas. An essence you can only discover when you live it fully. An essence that awakens memory and all the senses, becoming almost tangible in a glass of Prosecco surrounded by the hills. In a pizza, fresh out of the oven at the foot of Vesuvius, taste and aroma transport us to the places where they were created. To the names and origins we proudly protect, they evoke the intimate connection between humankind, enchanted lands, and majestic cities. They are the guardian of our history, the heritage of traditions dating back centuries, living on in the age-old skills repeated by new generations, telling us who we are today while whispering to us about the future, encapsulated in our products and carrying our greatest art, the art of living. And there is no greater value worth protecting, nor better product worth exporting.